Once upon a time, in a cozy little house tucked beside a lush, green garden, there lived a tiny mouse named Oliver. Oliver was known for being kind, polite, and very, very clever. But today was different. Today, Oliver felt nervous. And the strangest part was, he didn't know why. That morning, Oliver woke up with his little heart thumping like a drum against his ribs. His tiny paws felt shaky, and his tummy was doing flips and somersaults. "Why do I feel like this?" he whispered to himself, his voice barely a squeak. You see, today was a very special day. It was the annual Garden Talent Picnic. A day when all the animals gathered to share something they were good at. Oliver wanted to join in more than anything, but his jittery nerves were telling him to just stay inside and hide. As he tiptoed into the kitchen, Oliver's mother greeted him with a warm smile. "Are you excited for the picnic today, my dear?" she asked, her voice full of cheer. Oliver managed a small nod, but his smile didn't quite reach his eyes. He looked out the window and saw his friends getting ready. The birds were practicing their beautiful melodies, their songs filling the air. The squirrels were busily preparing fun games, scampering up and down the trees. And the rabbits were decorating the picnic tables with colorful flowers and ribbons. Everyone looked so happy and confident. With each cheerful sight, Oliver felt himself shrink, getting smaller and smaller. A cloud of worries started to gather in his mind. "What if I mess up?" he thought, his whiskers trembling. "What if everyone laughs at me? What if I'm just not good enough?" These questions swirled around and around in his head, making his tummy feel even funnier. The more he thought about it, the more he wanted to curl up into a tiny ball and disappear. The idea of standing in front of everyone was becoming scarier by the minute. Feeling a heavy weight in his chest, Oliver decided to take a little walk, hoping the fresh air would help. On a path lined with daisies, he met a very kind friend. Bella the butterfly. Bella had wings like stained glass, shimmering with all the colors of the rainbow. As she floated down to a flower, she noticed Oliver's shaky steps and the worried look on his face. "Are you nervous, little one?" Bella asked, her voice as soft as a summer breeze. Oliver, surprised by her gentleness, could only nod his head. He felt a tear well up in his eye. Bella offered him a warm, understanding smile. "You know," she said, fluttering her wings gently, "being nervous isn't a bad thing. It just means you care a lot about what you're doing." Oliver blinked, his big, round eyes looking up at her. He had never thought of it that way before. "I feel nervous too, sometimes," Bella confessed. "Right before I take my first flight of the day, my wings feel all wobbly. But I fly anyway." Bella decided to teach Oliver something special, a little secret she used whenever she felt her own butterfly jitters. "Let's try something together," she said kindly. "Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, and then let it all out through your mouth." Oliver watched her and then tried it himself. He took a deep breath in, smelling the sweet scent of the flowers around them. Then he breathed out slowly. He tried it again, once, twice, and a third time. With each breath, he could feel his racing heart begin to slow down. The tight knot in his tummy started to loosen. "You don't need to be perfect," Bella whispered, her voice full of encouragement. "Nobody is. The most wonderful thing you can be is just yourself. Your friends love you for who you are, not for what you can do." Oliver looked at Bella, and for the first time that day, a real, genuine smile spread across his face. He felt a little spark of courage light up inside him. He wasn't completely free of nerves, but he felt a little stronger, a little braver. Finally, it was time for the picnic. The garden was buzzing with laughter and happy chatter. When Oliver's turn came to share his talent, his legs began to shake all over again. His ears felt hot and his paws felt clammy. He looked out at all the expectant faces watching him. For a moment, he wanted to run and hide. But then, just as panic started to set in, he remembered Bella's kind words. He remembered her gentle voice saying, "Just be yourself." So, Oliver closed his eyes and took a deep breath, just like Bella had taught him. In through his nose and out through his mouth. He did it one more time. Then, he opened his eyes, stood up a little taller, and shared his special talent. He didn't sing a song or do a magic trick. Instead, he told a tiny, funny story about a clumsy bumblebee who loved to dance. As he spoke, he saw smiles appearing on the faces in the crowd. Soon, little giggles turned into big, hearty laughs. When he finished, the entire garden erupted in applause. The birds chirped. The squirrels chattered. And the rabbits thumped their feet in appreciation. Oliver's heart swelled with happiness. That evening, as Oliver curled up in his cozy bed, he felt incredibly proud. He wasn't proud because he was perfect or because he had the most amazing talent. He was proud because he had been brave. He had faced his fear and tried his best. He snuggled under his blanket and thought to himself, "I was nervous, but I did it anyway." And with that happy thought, he drifted off to sleep, his heart feeling warm and full. So, what can we learn from our little friend Oliver? The story teaches us a few very important things. First, feeling nervous is completely okay. It happens to everyone, even brave butterflies. It's a sign that you care. Second, courage isn't about not being scared. Courage means trying, even when you feel shaky and uncertain. And finally, the most important lesson of all, being yourself is always enough. You are wonderful just the way you are. And that is why this little mouse was nervous today. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. If you enjoyed spending time with Oliver, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more gentle adventures. We'll see you next time.